we decided to start the digital transformation process as it's a culmination of the work that's been done since 2014. In 2014, we were reinstated from the Olympic program, and we integrated and revamped the entire federation to move into the modern era. Motivated by the vision of the president to innovate the sport, I think this is the next step in terms of the progress that we've set out originally since the beginning in 2014. Why now? It is important that we are proactive when it comes to the digital process and staying up with the times, not being a follower, but we need to be on the front end, I think, of this whole revolution where we're going from a traditional mindset, I think, into a completely new realm where much more is achievable if we rely on the tools that are at our reach in terms of what we can do as an international federation and the offerings that we can provide to our fan base, to our coaches, to our athletes, to the national federation representatives. Now is the time to do this, not in 5 years. I think many industries have already gone through this process. In the sports industry, we see that it is happening more and more these days.
We saw the world changing. We saw that most of the new way of going was directly to individuals, to people. So we wanted to shift, let's say, from a B2B to a B2C and try to target better our audience and to make ultimately the fan and the national federation happier with what we can propose to them. In the past, we're definitely looking for a more centralized way of working with services and everything. We didn't take too much attention about what the individual wanted, and now we're trying to move to provide directly not only services but also content, videos and everything directly to somebody who could be enjoying wrestling from its home or everywhere.
The pandemic, it really put into focus many challenges that we faced as an international federation, that we need to find solutions for our national federations. We did, for example, implement distance learning as well as webinars that did bring our community together during trying times. However, this is at large how we can do that to help and provide solutions, not just doing a digital transformation to say, look, check the box. No, this is going to be solution-based, and we are going to do this so we can help our national federations grow, which eventually I think will bring a positive change to the sport of wrestling. The exciting thing about digital is that there's infinite possibilities. We can certainly provide more offering for our audience, but as well sponsors, as well as national federations and the grassroots of the sport. So there's many different tools that we can harness that will allow us to move forward and bring positive change to these stakeholders.
So yeah, moving to the cloud would allow us to bring more to the people we're working with, meaning the national federations, but also consumers. We definitely were struggling with scalability. At the time, we had many crashes with the website. The way it was built, like servers that we had to double and everything was kind of sketchy at some point. When we started to have a good audience, we had some problems. Also, of course, the money, because the way serverless is moving, it's like pay as you go. and this would be way more efficient than paying for some resources we don't use.
The investment into a digital transformation on three key areas, whether it's the mobile application, the video hub, as well as the CRM. We have seen an increase of engagement and followers of our sport. However, there has been a challenge of speaking to them directly as they have been divided on so many different platforms. This is us bringing it together. This is us improving the experience where we are providing a more consolidated one-stop shop place where we know a passionate wrestling fan is going to be pleased with what we can provide to them, as well as we want the process for a new audience or a new fan into the sport of wrestling from the moment that they start watching the sport. It's a positive experience from the go.
One of the concerns were to try to be greener as an organization. Of course, we can't change everything on one shot, but we are trying to move little things that we could just improve. And one of the things, for example, is to try to go paperless, meaning that we'll use more tablets and more screens to display what we need to communicate to fans, coaches, athletes, and everything. In the past, it was a very paper world, and now we're trying to move to like some notification worlds where we don't have all those papers going around, printers, toner, and everything. We had a lot of problems with the coaches at the time because, as you can imagine, all the coaches were expecting to get the paper, to get the list of the matches and everything just before the start of the event. So it was a massive crowd of people just wanted some paper, see where the wrestlers are and everything. So moving to an app where they can just, take the phone out of the pockets, take a look, know what is happening where, when, it would change everything for them.
Before we began our digital transformation, we set out a roadmap. We needed to make sure that our end goal was clear. For example, year one, we are focusing on a mobile app, a video hub, as well as a CRM. But that's just the beginning of a journey that we've set out, and we've mapped to make sure that phase 2 and phase 3 are going to complement, but it's a building block process where we utilize everything that we've already implemented in phase 1, and it's going to increase our effectiveness in terms of a federation. One of the exciting parts of a digital transformation is you start to see the possibilities, the potential. Yes, we have to focus on phase 1, but phase 2 and phase 3, you start to get a better feel and understanding that if we connect these ideas and these solutions, we can exponentially increase or optimize our effectiveness when it comes to improving the sport, bringing people into the sport, offering more dynamic packages to sponsors, providing more content for broadcasters or more content for the audience. So for me, to see the potential once you start to put those fundamental building blocks in place, it's something that gives you the energy to say, look, it's going to be a big lift, but it's going to be worth it, and we need to dedicate this energy to make the growth now.
So right now, as I said, we're really focused on servers and everything like this, and we see that there is a lot of money kind of wasted in times where there is no audience or no peak of traffic. So of course we're expecting the serverless shift to be something very interesting for us, and also as you pay as you go, the more it's growing, the better it will be for us, of course.
As I said before, digital transformation is a commitment, it's an investment. You have to be sure that you are ready to take on this challenge. You certainly cannot do it alone. You need to make sure that you have resources in place and experts where you can work with and set a structure and a model where you know at a certain point in time you will achieve a certain status. Because of digital and the many directions that you can go, you need to set certain KPIs in order to not get off track. It's based as well on a phase, or you have to constantly update. So you will start and you need to have flexibility of where the direction will go, and you can't lose sight of how digital relates with your sport, with your federation. It's not a copy and paste for each sport. You need to understand the nuance of your sport and how a digital transformation can be beneficial in that context. If you are considering a digital transformation, you have to consider that it's going to impact the entire organization. It cannot just be one department driving this. It is significant across development, sports, IT, commercial, broadcast. There has to be a consideration from all those perspectives for you to optimize the opportunity that a digital transformation provides to a federation or to an organization. Digital transformation is a long-term commitment. As I said before, it's something you cannot do alone, and you need an expertise, and that's what Next Sport has provided for us. They've been the person in the room to bounce ideas off of, as well as bringing to our attention challenges that we will face and considerations that we need to make to ensure a success when it comes to thinking how we can achieve our digital transformation goals. From day one, they have been very hands-on. They have shared their experiences as well as walked us through the methodology. So you have both the examples as well as how the concepts are going to be rolled out. And that's reassuring when you are embarking on this digital transformation journey.
It was a great pleasure to meet first Next Sport and to start to work with them. They are very good in sports. They know it for many years, and we see that they had different companies, different products, different federations. They have big scope, and it's very pleasure to know them better.